Okay folks, welcome back to the channel here. You just have to agree that the Samsung Unpacked event that just ended a few minutes ago was just awesome. I was so pumped to see all the stuff that dropped, and sure, there were some things that were kind of meh, and we'll talk about all of those things in this video. But overall, we had some fantastic devices launching, and I figured I would just go ahead and quickly go over the main key things for those of you who want to have a recap of the event, and for those of you who simply missed the event. Let's go ahead and jump in. All right, before we go ahead and talk about the devices that dropped today, the first thing that I want to go ahead and advise you to do is to immediately pre-order, like right now. Hit the links in the description and pre-order your device. That way you'll be able to take full advantage of all of the pre-order and early discounts, which by the way are set to be the highest ever. You get the highest trade-ins ever that Samsung ever dropped. So you want to make sure that you take advantage of those discounts right away. And on top of that, by pre-ordering earlier, you avoid all of the shipping delays that happen every year. If you wait too long, then they run out of all of those really cool exclusive colors. And like I said, on top of that, you find your shipping date to be pushed back. So if you do need to pause the video so that you can go ahead and pre-order, go ahead and do that, and then come back and then watch the rest of the video. As for myself, I know my wallet will suffer because I'm buying everything. Anyways, we saw highly anticipated devices drop today, right? And I want to start off with one of the biggest stars of the event, and that is, of course, the newest iteration of the Galaxy Fold line. The all-new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 went through some major internal and external changes, right? Just like I did share with you last week, right? We all witnessed during this event, we all saw that there was some major hardware upgrade on the Z Fold 6. Of course, we are looking at a much more boxy phone. Again, just like I mentioned last week, the outer display is wider with thinner bezels, and at the same time, the phone itself kept its, pretty tall and slim form factor. That slim profile that it has, it kept that going. I do like the fresh new look that we have on the Z Fold 6 here, along with all of the new, exclusive colors, or I should say the Samsung exclusive colors. Personally, I went for the navy blue, but that's just for now. I really feel like I'm gonna end up getting my hands on the special Olympic edition color for either the Fold or the Flip. We also saw Samsung's collaboration with Qualcomm be even stronger, right? Because this device is loaded with the super powerful Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, taking that device to the next level, just making it as powerful as this guy here, the S24 Ultra that I have here. And that chip is also set to improve battery life on this new phone with the help of the vapor chamber as well. The inside display still remains the main event, right? 7.6 inches, it's more pixel dense. It will support all of the goodies that you already know about, meaning the high refresh rate at up to 120 Hz, as you would imagine, HDR10 plus, 2600 nits peak brightness. I just cannot wait to get my hands on this phone. Anyways, the next big star here was the launch, or the release of the all-new Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra. I was so looking forward to this. And as you can see here, this is an all-new model watch that Samsung is launching, and this is definitely the one that I went for. Although I still might add the regular Galaxy Watch 7 just so that I can review that for you guys. But anyways, so this bad boy here, the Ultra, is loaded with the world's fastest smartwatch processor, right? You have a titanium frame on it, along with 590 milliamp battery. That is a big battery. And come to think about it, as I'm talking, I'm just now realizing that it's the same size battery as what you have on the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro, which is, by the way, the one that I wear here. If you've been watching the channel for a while, then you probably know that this is my go-to Samsung watch because it still lasts more than a few days on a single charge. But anyways, so the battery size is another favorite part of mine on the new Ultra watch here. And of course, it's going to come loaded with all of the features that we already know about, along with some new ones, of course, and even compatibility with Galaxy AI. Now, you guys will notice that, with all of these events, whether it be Samsung or, Apple or Google, AI just seems to be the theme or the center of all of these events. And that simply tells us that AI is the future, right? And by the way, just another reminder, hit the link in the description. You want to hop on this before the site crash. And that's one of the things that we've come across over the past few years. The site would crash, and by the time you place the order, everything has been delayed. So link in the description, take advantage of the discounts, go ahead and pre-order. But anyways, let's get back to it here. What else do I have in my outline here? Oh yeah, so the next other star of the event. Also, there were multiple stars in this event here. So the next one is going to be another device that was highly anticipated, and I was part of the people who anticipated this. It was, of course, the Galaxy Ring. And personally, I cannot wait to review this particular device because, like I mentioned before, going to sleep with this bad boy is borderline annoying, right? So it's going to be nice to have something that is comfortable when you go to sleep. It can still go ahead and track all of the stuff that this thing is supposed to track and even more without being annoying. So I'm still gonna get my sleep tracking, you know, heart rate monitoring, blood oxygen, and all of that good stuff without any issues. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which is going to be the new Samsung Galaxy Flip 6. The Flip 6 here actually does share some of the specs that we just went over found on the Fold 6, such as, you know, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 as well, the high refresh rate at up to 120 Hz, 2600 nits brightness, vapor chamber, and all of that good stuff. But there are upgrades on this particular line that are significant specifically to this phone, right? The battery, for example, that's a major upgrade specific to this phone. It went from 3700 milliamp, I believe, last year. Or yeah, the previous gen was 37 milliamp power as far as the battery goes. Now we are looking at 4000 milliamp power. So that's a pretty nice hop there. So it's good to see improvement as far as battery life goes. It's also going to be thinner when folded than the previous one. And you also have 12 gigs of RAM with this new iteration. And we also have an upgraded camera with this one, which is a 50 megapixel camera that was added to this phone here. And for those phones, of course, just like they did with the S24 Ultra, Samsung does promise 7 years of security updates and generation of OS upgrades as well. And as of now, both the Fold and the Flip are the only foldables on the market supported for that long. That's pretty nice. Now, during the event itself, also Samsung launched the all-new Galaxy Buds 3 series. And for this particular device, we saw massive changes to the design. You know, these bad boys are just completely redesigned when compared to the previous iteration of this model, like what I have here. And personally, I do find that design, you know, kind of, I mean, I'm looking at it now. I don't know. We'll see when it gets in hands, right? I might change my mind when it gets in hands, but for now, personally, I prefer the more discreet design of the previous generations, but that's just me. Anyways, I really just wanted to go ahead and do more of a quick recap of the event, and also, like I mentioned earlier, encourage you to go ahead and pre-order right now so that you could go ahead and take advantage of all of those insane deals that Samsung has for people who pre-order, right? And by the way, these are elevated rates, so you will be taking like full advantage by doing that early on. Hit the link in the description. If you have any questions about those, put those questions in the comment section. I'm going to catch you in the comment section. I'm also going to catch you in the next video. Up until that next video, of course, as always, stay safe out there.